Huge inhale. Long exhale. Keep on breathing in that manner. Huge breath in. And it's even longer and slower out. So keep breathing like that while I connect us with a simple intention today. I was listening this week to a story of a person that said that they used to have a practice of just randomly clapping throughout the day. They kind of got into this habit of like, and I clap. And the reason why they did this is because as they go throughout the day, we tend to get in this mode where it's like we're so focused intensely on something that we're not really present of anything that's around us. So she said that by clapping, it like snapped her body and her mind back into the present moment, the present space, the present breath. And so she had just that simple practice, just clap and then reset her body right here, right now. And as I've been thinking about that the last couple of days, maybe I don't do a clap, but maybe like a snap or just like a simple reminder to myself to just take a conscious breath in. And those little breaks, those pauses that we have, to me, that's what refocuses us back on what's really important, because school and work and all the family chores and things that happen in life, it becomes such that our whole day just gets clogged up with the stuff rather than with just meaning and being and breathing and feeling alive. So that's kind of our simple intention today, just bringing us back to the present moment over and over and over again. So there'll be little reminders I'll take. Maybe I'll include a snap or something, or maybe it's just that moment where I remind us to take a breath. And so any of those moments, it's just a reminder to be present again, focus on this moment, nothing about the future, nothing about the past, just be right here, because this is really the only moment that ever exists, is the present. So with that, to get us started, let's begin to stretch arms to the back wall. Inhale. Let's exhale to lean to one side. Keep breathing like that. Inhale long again. Exhale second side. 2 or 3 more rounds of breath like that. Just nice and deep in. Shoulders, side body stretch. So nice to be with our body. Okay, the next time we're long, take the right hand to the chest, give it a hug. Take some ankle rolls. Try to bring your conscious awareness to the ankle sensations. Sometimes I do stretches, but I'm not even really feeling what's going on. So it's a reminder to be with that spot. Reverse the direction of the circles. Then extend leg up to sky, hamstring stretch. Try to push the heel upward as much as you can. Sometimes when we feel deep sensation like this, it's almost like our response is get our mind off of our body so that we can endure the stretch. But there's a whole different kind of magic I've been playing with of embodiment and being with it. So it's almost like you try to put your consciousness where you feel the stretch the deepest. And then imagine it's like you're opening a portal or just inviting light into that deepest spot so that it can help to relax and open that area with more intensity, with more of the portal. Another breath flows in. Out. And hook this right heel to back left, slide the shin in. And again, if you can pinpoint one spot that's the most intense, try to bring your awareness to that spot. And by consciously taking a couple of breaths while focusing on that spot, you feel it relax. Having this kind of focus takes it out of almost like the fuzzy nature of our constant bombardment of thoughts. Us back into the stillness of the lake within. And release this leg, drop it down, left knee into chest. Be with the ankles as you're rolling them out. Both directions if you haven't switched. Leg extends up to sky. That spot of the deepest intensity. Breathe to open the portal right there. Look at the heel. Slide the shin in. Present with this stretch, one more deep breath. And release the leg down. Sitting up, reach the arms toward the toes. Yep, both legs stretching together. Hello. When we're taking two sides at the same time like this, maybe there's two spots, like one spot that's symmetrical on each side. Like we're opening up two portals at the same time. Rather than resistance at what is, have a sense of almost like happiness that we're making a difference now, finally. One more breath in and out. Beautiful. Kicking feet free out the front. Do our diaper wrap inversion, so hook the thumbs onto the back end. Helping to push the fabric down to the hip area. Being halfway back and then reset the hands on. Got it. So once you're there, wide legs, ankles wrapped, let go. So it could feel really nice to take a twist. One hand walks to one side of your mat, the other hand to the other long side of the mat. Just let the spine take that spiral for a moment. Switch out the sides if you look to twist to one direction. And then back to the middle. Option 2, do an arch for the back. So the hands plant on the ground underneath you, and then they walk to that space behind you. And then you just relax your legs. Huge arch. And these are variations you can play with. You can also just go back to just hanging, letting this be a chance for the vertebrae to decompress. If you want to come in and out of it a couple of times, that's fine. If you hit a point where you're ready to just be up, that's fine. It's all up to you listening to your body. Regardless of where we find ourselves at this moment, take a moment to deep. Yep, you got it. Flat. The lighter. Bring yourself back. Yep. The deep breath.
I'm gonna start doing that at work. So
You should. Tell me how it goes. I know. Sit up straight.
Yeah.
Awesome. If you're up and you're done with inverting, just let yourself be with the neck for a moment. So head drops, roll over right ear over right shoulder. And left ear over left shoulder.
Oh my god.
Good to know. We're going to focus on neck a little bit today.
Let go. Like slept on my neck. Like I'm like together. Bring some movie.
That's perfect. Oh. Okay, let's take a twist to front door. Punch up the fabric to front door. Right arm reaches back or circles around the head. And if you want to add neck in, maybe drop the left ear over left shoulder. Head rises, unwind the spine. Second side. Left arm circles back or around the head. Maybe right ear to right shoulder. And head rises. Point yourself to the center of the room if you're not already. Walk your arms straight. And then the hip that got lifted, swing that one up and over. Once you're in the straddle, get your heel in on each side. If you find that you're really not centered at all, that's okay. You can get your heels in the right spot. And then pick your hand, like lift your hands up really high to pick your hands up. And then as you re-straighten the legs, you can reset where your center is. And then from there, arms press so that the inner thigh stretch is happening. So arms press wide. Hello. Okay, let's prepare to stand up. So make sure heels are still in equal on each side, maybe even get your toes in. And then we have to come to the squat prep. So slide the heels in close to glutes and pop the knees out. Reach up really high. So come to the toe squat first. So the toes are right underneath you. The knees are popped out on each side. Good. And slide higher, stand all the way up.
I'm not wearing Pilates socks. So
That's okay.
slippery.
Walk your hand higher and pop your head out. There you go. You got it. So we're gonna face toward the mirror. So your shoulder that's closer to the mirror needs to come behind, and then you grab on. Good. So try to square your hips to the mirror, and then sink into the split. It's nice to have the armpits catching us like this, because this makes it so we don't go too deep. If you do want to go deeper, you can reset your grip to be on the inside and then go deeper. So I'm gonna step out because the air came on. So let me take that off. Take a couple more breaths. Hips forward, feet facing. You're trying to kind of square your hips. Your feet just do what they need to do. Yeah. Too much straight.
That is one thought.
Yeah. The back one it kind of can't just because of the way the yeah. Okay. Now, going to go into a pigeon pose. So, drop down to kneel on the back knee. The front leg, the knee swivels open. Okay. And then from there, just sink your weight forward. For pigeon pose. So I'll usually free out just the arm that's over my toes and then lean forward so the rest of it's like a little seatbelt. I like that because that can give a little pressure massage into my neck and shoulder. But some people do like to have both arms out or even stay up so it's more of a back bend. So you've got options there that you can do. Okay, rise the torso up. Come back to kneel on the back knee. Front leg straightens back forward. And then we're taking a nice half split. So just grab one hand on each side and just lean forward. So again, going right into that position. Okay, so we're gonna start preparing for the second side. You can either, if you feel like your feet are still in the right spot, you can either just reach up high and stand back up, or you can reset from the beginning if you're not sure. So sitting, get the feet in the right spot, the toe squat, and stand all the way. Either way. That's okay, yeah. So set your foot in the right spot, at least so your back foot has a ton of excess fabric. So scoot at least the foot down so that the foot on that back foot, your left one, yeah, that one has a ton of excess fabric right now. So yeah, so scoot the foot so the foot's in the right spot, and then that'll give you more centered once you stand up. Good. So yes, the feet are good. Slide the heels in close to glutes. Yep, come to the squat, stand, head out. Awesome. So now it's shoulder that's toward the back wall. That one comes around behind so that we can face our way to the back wall. Good. And splits. Good. So again, when you have your armpits hugging each side, that's the easy version because it kind of is a stop to make it so that it's not going to be too deep. If you're wanting to go deeper, then you reset the grip onto the inside and then you go as deep as you want to go, but that one's much more grip strength to stay. Let's take 2 more breaths. Come back to the moment. Whatever stories our brains are telling us. Okay, after that second breath, kneel on the back knee. The front knee swivels open for pigeon. And then send the front leg forward, the back leg back. Maybe your shoulder that's over the toes comes out. Some people like both. Just relax, be with your body, relaxing in pigeon. Okay, we're gonna head to the half split. So lift the torso back up, grip one hand on each side. We're coming back to kneel on the back knee. Front leg extends forward so that we can just hold onto the fabric on each side and lean forward. Notice how different it is having a hamstring stretch when your torso is over the leg versus when both legs are doing the splits action, one leg forward, one leg back. Neither is necessarily right or wrong, it just engages the muscles differently. Okay, and now we come back to sit. So swivel your hip down so that both legs can go back to that wide figure V sit. Arms press into the fabric, so we're in the inner thigh stretch again. Start to get each foot out of the fabric. And then we'll take both feet into the space in front of our face. I like to have one hand like a stop sign pushing into that space in front of face. That holds kind of the memory of where the middle of the fabric is. So then opposite foot comes up to then start to hold the flat. Once you've got one foot up, it's easy to get the second foot next to the first. And just start to extend legs upward. Good. So 2 legs extending up as straight as they can go. It's okay if there's some bend.
I'm slipping and sliding everywhere.
That's okay. Sometimes there's different types of fabrics that interact with the silks of the hammock a little differently. So being conscious with what is opening for your body with the little portals. Just ask yourself, is it best for me to stay and just focus on these portals for a little while? Or to transition the feet down into more of a cobbler shape, getting into the hips a bit more. So you choose. You shifted, just notice the shifting of the portals, new areas, new spots of the highest intensity to breathe into. And just snap back to our presence. If we shifted anywhere for this last breath here, in and out. Then we're both feet free out to the front. Hips shift until we're facing forward again. And then let's take a vampire with a split flip. So fabric over the shoulders, like a vampire, just one thin layer, so it's not too much for the neck. Elbows push all the excess down. Yeah, and if you're coming in fresh, grab a couple of extra hand pistols so you have less work to get to the back. So, up just the right foot in the fabric that's by your feet. Left foot is out. And then you grip up high, left and right. Get the feet under the fabric to tighten up. Good. So the right foot down to the space in front of your chest first. That's the one that has the fabric. And then left can step to the floor. Sink your weight back to splits. You're all squatty. Good. Have your shoulders all completed. Feet here, good. Right. Push your feet in the fabric to make straight. This one comes to the space in front of your chest first. And this one steps all the way down. And just sink back when it's split. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Let me know if you want help. You're going to be probably not happening, but not today at least. And that's the good attitude. Not today, but another day it will happen, just not today. Will you help me with that? I have your shoulder. Yep. Wanted to pick up. Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, if you're ready to switch, you're welcome to either roll all the way down so you can get your feet switched, or come to the plank, step one foot in, step the other foot out. Yeah. Yeah. And remember to sink back for a moment like the switches. Another breath, consciously with the body. Then I'll give you more time if you want to be upside down for a little while with vampire, that's fine. If you're done with the inversion, that's fine. You'll slowly start working your way up. Eventually, maybe sitting with some of the neck stretches or just laying down for a little while. Your choices. So if you're sitting up, do the same thing as before, where you start to roll right ear over right shoulder eventually. And eventually head over to left. Head up for just a moment. We'll reset the neck stretch just a little bit. Clasp hands behind back, and then hand shift to right hip. And then from there, right ear drops over right shoulder. Slightly different neck stretch, but I find this one really delicious, I guess. Okay, head rises, shift turns to left, and then left ear over left shoulder. Okay, head rises, release the grip. Grab onto each side of the fabric. We'll exit just by lifting toes up for a moment, tilt forward to exit. The fun clip too. Good job. Okay, so fabric out in front of you when you're ready. Grip a little wider than shoulders and just lean forward. Maybe swaying if that would be nice for the spine. Slight bend to the knees, roll up. Step the right foot directly into the middle of the fabric. The knee goes past the line of the fabric. And then we can pick the heel up until we're in a decent angle. So if the knee is in pain, keep the angle higher. More flat is if you want deeper. Put a hand on each side, fire at the shoulders, and then sink forward like pigeon again. This is one for me that it's like I could pinpoint exactly the spot. So imagine that's where the portal is. So are you closing a portal by kind of taking focus away and trying to think of anything but that? Or are you opening the portal, breathing into it? Okay, take the weight back. Slide the foot back to the middle. Two choices. If the leg extends forward, option one is just lean the torso over the hamstring. Option two is splits. Coming up to stand, bend the right knee, reach up really high, and then we'll stand like a flamingo. So left knee is just bent through the middle for a moment. We're taking a couple of breaths just to relax into the fascia of the standing foot. Okay, grip really tight on each side. Left leg, the flamingo one, points forward. That's going to be the one that we stand on. So as we lower ourselves, we try to flip our right, land on left. There's a second way you can do it as well, which would be as you're standing here, kind of halfway lower and like yeah. If you just want to come down too. So if you come in front of the fabric, that's okay. Just come down in front. That's okay. Okay. Turn around, get your right foot in, and then turn back forward.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to be at the front though.
Oh.
So front, turn around, face it, right foot in. And then turn forward. That's it. Get it past your knee though, so it doesn't get too stuck. Yep, that's it. Okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah, let's just take a quad stretch for a moment. So sink your weight back. Try to relax into this portal on the front of the thigh. If it doesn't feel good on your knee, so if it's pressure on knee, don't go as far. So, or even pull, like point the knee further forward rather than further backward. Backward is more intense on the knee. Also, if it helps, I actually unwind my elbows, so that might take some of the intensity into the angle of the foot. So yeah, so knee further forward, so almost like activating the quads just a little if it's intense on the knee. Just a little. Yeah. Okay. Up to stand. So this one we're going to try to aim for splits. So this is just the best that you can do. It may look a little bit more like the hamster, but that's okay. So hands slide up on each side. And then what you do is you start to straighten the leg back. If it feels like you can take more intensity, sink your weight back. So this one's also a really nice back bend. Okay, come up to stand one more time. Soften the knee. We'll take one more split that's like this, only leaning forward. So with this one, you find your balance, drop hands to floor, straighten the legs, and walk the hands back. So if you hopped your foot back, yeah, it's okay. It just got you closer to the wall. So if that feels unsteady at all, hop your foot on the ground forward instead. Okay, pigeon pose the front leg. So walk your hands past the front foot. And softly lower the knee down, swivel the toes forward, and lower the elbows. Yeah. The hands, softly drop the knee down. Take whatever recovery you want. This might be just a child pose. It might be a down dog. Might be kneeling, shifting hips around. So your choice. At your own rate. If and when you feel ready to stand, eventually rise up and join me. Okay, so another side. When you're ready, left foot steps to the center. Make sure you're not too far behind plumb line. The knee is past the line of fabric so that it doesn't slip out as you lift the foot up. Check in with the knee that is still at a comfortable angle. And then lean forward. Pinpoint the portal. Try to open it. Knee comes back. Slide the foot back to the middle. Extend leg forward. either just lean forward or slide the hands up to splits forward. Okay, rise, bend the knee, slide the hands up, coming to stand on left foot, flamingo right. Just a couple of breaths for the fascia of the foot. Breathe into that little massage you're getting on the standing foot. Okay, grip on each side really tight. Right foot forward. We're landing on that foot. Flipping left. You'll get there, you'll get there. That's okay. Just lower whatever way you can. Even if you need to lower behind, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, left foot in. And flip around. That's okay. Left foot in and flip around. Check in with how this knee feels. Maybe this is a different story on this side. So to the extent that it feels okay, keep on leaning back, even push, like letting the knee go further back. To the extent that your knee needs to be less intense, just more weight over the standing leg and the knee goes more forward. So you get to choose that intensity. It's just simply that we don't stretch the quads as much as we stretch hamstrings in our culture. Just letting this area get that stretch. 2 more breaths with presence of this spot. Coming up to stand. Let's try out the splits from the back bend position. So hands slide up high. If you keep a little bit of pressure in the fabric the whole time, it'll prevent it from slipping up. So the legs first kick back. And then if there's more space to sink weight back, that would be how you go deeper. Good work, and stand. Find your balance, and then drop hands to floor. Once you're there, straighten both legs again. And then walk the hands backwards to sink weight as far back as it'll go. Oh, no. Otherwise, that's okay. Like if you're able to get up, great. If not, that's okay. You'll just join us. We'll join you in a moment. Okay, walk the hands forward. Soften lower knees, swivel the toes forward, and lower to elbows. Last breath of presence. Deep in and out. The knee softens down. Again, same types of recovery. So maybe you're just shaking the hips out, maybe a full child pose or a down dog. I'll leave it up to you, whatever the body's asking for a couple of breaths. Standing when you feel ready. No rush. Okay. Those that want one more inversion, I'll walk you through straddle back. Otherwise, afterward, I'll walk you through the kind of like the chair sit. So standing in front, slide your thumbs in. Push the fabric to that spot right across the sacrum, not quite to the sitting bones, but a good hip spot. Keep it the pressure there so it doesn't slip higher. 1 foot steps back. Bending the knees, we start to put our weight in the fabric. Lock both lines of the fabric straight. Okay, keep your weight in the fabric as you bring yourself back under plumb line, tiptoe forward. And once you're under plumb line, hands up, knees wide, wrap the feet, and then you can let go. Okay. You want to try it? Because I can spot you if you want to try it.
Yeah, what's the difference between this one and?
The diaper wrap, it's the same. It's just the difference is rather than the fabric being wide, now the fabric's
Just more pressure, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's okay. You don't have, yeah, you can do the other one. Yep. So you just come back to sit inside. That's fine. And you got it. The chair sit is exactly that. So yeah, fabric under the shoulder blades and then walk forward. Yep. It takes a little while for the fascia to get used to that intensity on the sacrum. Eventually it feels really good, but I don't blame you for just going to this. You always have permission to just do this one instead of the other straddle back. So. You know your variations from the chair. You can do little circles. You can twist the knees to one side. You could do a figure 4, one ankle on the other thigh. So lots of variations you can play with. Just do what feels good. This is the last inversion of the day, so you have permission to stay as long as you want. Those that are up, give your head time to just be relaxed, make sure upright is comfortable again. And then at any point that you feel ready, we'll head to our Shavasana. So back up to the front, wave the fabric out, and just come back in like we did at the start. No sense of rush, just simple presence with the body. And if any last bonuses that feel good, maybe even just consciously take a moment to roll the neck tension out one more time. So anything that feels good and helpful, you're allowed to do. Imagine with this clap, we're returning all parts of ourselves back to this present moment. Accepting all parts of ourselves for how we are right here, right now. Happy to be here, to breathe for this next few minutes in Shavasana. Breathing presence in and out.
So as to not shock the system, let's take a deep breath in and out. Turning us back into this moment. Happiness to just be. Here we can take little movements for the body, the ankles and wrists. Stretching out in the ways that feel good. Maybe like the beginning of class, arms stretch to the back wall, lean with the shoulders left and right. Or in a fetal position, like one hip stacked on top of the other hip, curling the body in and arching the body back. No matter what we're doing, it's these simple little movements that help us return from that beautiful void that is Shavasana back to this time, this space. Really this return journey. Only when both sides are balanced and we feel conscious and ready, we'll eventually Make our way up to a comfortable seated space. The heart, deep breathing in and out. Remembering we can use this tool if we want. It's returning our system back to the present moment with a snap or a clap. Either way, trying to live more of our time right here, right, rather than just stuck on whatever program is just running, the work program, the having too much to do program, the rushed program, just remembering it's all right here, right now. So that to lead us on, we wrap up the time we shared together with the sound of Om, deep inhale now. May we be filled with light, happiness, and peace. Namaste.